Okay, and we say hello to Scotland and hello to Peter. Peter,
Hello.
how are you?
How are you doing?
Peter.
I'm great. I've just come in from a 17-mile bike ride in a sunny day.
Are you wearing your kilt? You got your kilt on.
I don't like kilts. Is that not a strange thing?
Bagpipe.
I do not like wearing kilts. Is that hard to believe now?
Oh,
I'm a Scotsman who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, and doesn't wear a kilt.
but at least you play bagpipe.
No, I don't play back.
Oh my
No.
God! What kind of Scotland man you are?
Do you speak Celtic?
No.
You don't speak Celtic? What? You're not a
We're
Scotsman.
going to need to see your passport, sir.
Do you know,
You're an imposter.
I used to be in a Scottish regiment, and every morning we'd wake up to the sound of bagpipes every morning in the barracks. And it's meant a lot more to me now, but I'm just not. I'll tell you why I didn't like wearing a kilt, because it was so big around the belly when I was 15 and a half stone, it didn't look good on me. That's why. But I just, all this tart and everything, I'm really not into it. Look, I've even got an American flag, look.
Wow.
Thank you.
Supporter.
I didn't even realise it, but you want to see it. I've got to tell you, I didn't know it was there. There you go.
Okay.
I used to think it was the land of freedom and entrepreneurs. No, it's
It used to be.
It used to be.
Now it's the land of spoiled kids who grew up with never hearing the word no.
Oh, hey, this is going to be a good speech today, isn't it? Lovely, jubbly. Let's talk about the border. Did you know Biden's putting more border up? He's had to put the border up. Did you know about that, Jim?
No.
Are you an
Biden
American or what?
He did what?
There is so much people flooding the border that they're having to finish it in some parts because they're
He's
getting
building the
flooded.
wall. Yes, I heard that.
Yeah.
I remember when Trump was running for election and he went to the Olympics just to see how high those Mexican pole vaulters could go.
Well, Biden's, but here's the thing, and it's the last thing I'll say. Biden's still building the wall, according to what I've heard.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happened there? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Project Veritas got in amongst them and showed them. Anyway, what's the subject today, Stephen? Hold on, now, what's this?
Seems like you already started it.
I'm definitely open to suggestions, but first a question about music. Now, music is the background to many moments in our lives, and you can hear a tune and instantly be transported back to that time in your life, whether it be your teens, your 20s, 30s, 40s, or even older. So my first question today is, what music, if you were on a desert island and you could only listen to music from 4 artists, and that can be a solo artist, it can be a duo, or a group, or even an orchestra, what four collections of music would you take to the island? And I'm going to start. I'm going to start with Maria.
No sound, Maria.
Okay, 4 collections. They don't come into my mind, but I think the one that brought tears to my eyes right now was "Oh, How We Danced on the Day We Were Wed." Is a beautiful song, and then it would be some songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I don't ask me if I love them all. I mean, I love dance music, so it would have to be definitely dance music. Even if I had to dance by myself on an island, I'm fine with that. But my question is, if I'm alone on the island, how am I going to even have a turntable or
Sorry.
That's it.
We would provide you with an MP3 player.
Yeah, but I have to plug it in somewhere, though, Stephen.
and a year's supply of batteries. I can tell you get rescued after a week. So this is not too much of a problem.
Okay. That's all I can think about right now. You caught me off guard.
Right.
Thanks.
Okay, it's giving people time to think. Marco.
Well, for sure, Bohemian Rhapsody, for sure. Also,
That's a good, yeah.
I love soundtracks, and those for me my favorite composers, Ennio Morricone and Hans Zimmer, for sure. They should be there too. And maybe I will. I don't know. Brazil has amazing music. Maybe I will have some bossa nova, or as they say, música popular do Brasil, which is popular music from Brazil, which is amazing people. I think.
Matt Monroe. Oh, sorry. I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down. Hold on.
Well, I think this could be my. Hopefully, I'll have their kind of energy generator, kind of solar something or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my playlist.
Excellent. Jim?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to say the Bay City Rollers because that would be Peter's band. But I'm going to go back to the 60s. I'm going to have the Rolling Stones collection, the early Stones, early Beatles, Moody Blues.
Oh, Moody Blues, very good also.
Oh, yeah, Moody Blues. Oh, yeah.
Light nights in white satin.
I'm going to go back to year 2.
Never reaching the end.
Because I met Elvis. I liked Elvis.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to have Elvis Presley, Moody Blues, Rolling Stones, early Beatles, and Moody Blues.
Okay.
When did you meet Elvis, Jim?
I met Elvis before I was a DJ. It was kind of funny. It wasn't part of being a DJ. I went
Memphis.
I went to Memphis State University for a very short time in 1965 and 66. And Elvis was not as popular at the time. Yeah, the Beatles had come over in the British invasion, and Elvis could pretty well walk the streets without being mobbed too badly. You know, people wanted to say, and he would come by the dormitory where I lived, and he would talk to all of us. You know, I mean, he didn't live far from the university, and I talked to Elvis on 3 occasions.
Wow.
One-on-one.
Wow.
Well, can I answer to Alex? Alex, I'm Portuguese. I'm not from Brazil. We are close brothers.
Yes.
Harper, what would your soundtrack be?
Well,
All right, okay.
sounds of
Silence.
silence. Sounds of
Sounds of
silence.
Okay.
Sounds of silence.
Okay. Simon and
There you
Garfunkel.
go.
And back to Harper. Harper, what would your soundtrack be?
I don't know where I went. I ended up having connectivity issues. Maybe my internet didn't like my choices, but that's okay. My four groups that I would like to that I would definitely have on my island would be Eagles, Journey,
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, and Charlie Daniels.
I don't even know who Charlie Daniels is. Interesting.
But I just the Eagles are enough.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash also, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like mostly
Charlie
the Cash.
Charlie Daniels was an old country singer, and he was very patriotic. So
Yeah.
I do a real good Johnny Cash, by the way.
I can imagine. I can imagine. You should give us a tune there, Jim. You should give us a tune.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. You ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the ties that bind. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
I love it. Yay. Bravo. Bravo. Love it.
And Chris, your choice of music.
Well, I grew up with Nights in White Satin from the Moody Blues, ABBA, the Beatles, Leonard Cohen, and Queen.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
my choice.
Yeah.
Okay. You're approved. You can go to the next. For me, it is a yes.
And Peter.
Yes. Right. Sorry, I was writing it down in case I forgot. Now,
Yeah.
of course, for me, it's Frank Sinatra. And my favourite song I like to sing to my audience is one called "Let Me Try Again." Have you heard of it?
I think I
It
may.
is.
Yeah,
So, yes.
yeah.
It's from a film with Lauren Bacall. I'll give you a wee bar, but you'll be okay. Let me try again. Let me try
Full screen.
again. Think of all we had before, you and I once more. That's all right.
Oh my
Very
God.
nice.
Wow.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it. Love
right.
it.
Then the next singer, who Frank Sinatra said was the best singer that he'd heard. Do you know who it was?
No.
Bobby
Tom
Darin.
Jones.
No.
No,
Dean Martin.
no. It
Sammy
was a
Davis
fella, and his daughter has actually written to me. It was a chap called Matt Monroe. Do you remember Matt Monroe?
No.
Just
No.
Marilyn.
Sure.
Just
She
Marilyn.
Marilyn,
was.
yes.
Yeah. So he had the same journey as me. He was a tank driver. I was a tank driver. He was a bus driver. I was a bus driver. He was a lorry driver. I was a lorry driver. He died at 55. I've made it to 61. That's the only difference. Right. So Mark Monroe was a fantastic singer. And if I sing you a song, you'll know it. Here it is.
Okay.
Born free.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
As free as the wind blows. So that's Mark Monroe. Yeah. And the
I
one I
know it.
like.
I love it.
Walk away, don't go. So that's another. So he's and his daughter is proud of him, and she wrote me a letter for singing about her dad. And the next one is, pardon me, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Ooh, 6 to the bar. Glenn Miller. That's the orchestra I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love
So
that.
that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
And then the last one, and it's called ABBA. And ABBA is a sort of, that's a sort, even for a bloke singing it, getting the key right and everything, that is always one in Britain anyway that gets people up in the dance floor. Dancing Queen, young and sweet, only 17. You can dance, you can dance, having the time of your life. Ooh, see, like, that's my song.
I love ABBA. I still listen to them now. I just love them.
Do you
So
know,
talented.
I've got to tell you an ABBA story. I used to sing to handicapped people, mainly youngsters, and there was this guy. He loved ABBA, but he wanted me to sing every song ABBA, and he used to stand at the back and shout. So I would say, this is a song called such and such, and it's going to be in the style of ABBA.
Smart, very smart, Peter.
Play it to the crowd, but ABBA's hard for a man to sing, I've got to tell you that. And that's my background in singing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell a short story? Can I tell a short story?
Here,
You should ask Peter. Ask Peter.
Okay, Peter, can I tell a short story? Okay. You know who Roy Rogers was, the cowboy star, right?
Yeah.
Roy Rogers.
Yes.
Roy Rogers was out in the mountains, and a mountain lion attacked him, and he had on brand new boots, and the mountain lion ate his boots. I mean, he was kicking at the mountain lion. So Roy Rogers come back and got a gun and went out and shot the mountain lion, and he had it draped across his saddle. The mountain lion that had eaten his boots. And when he got to the ranch, there was Dale Evans, his wife, and the McGuire sisters. And they were singing, "Pardon me, Roy, is that the cat who chewed your new shoes?"
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Well
dear.
done. Well, you got us started, Stephen.
No, the music makes you happy, and I can't help it. People, many years ago when I was a soldier, somebody caught up with me and said, "How are you getting on?" I says, "Well, I do part-time singing." He says, "Peter, that does not surprise me." He says, "Because you were always singing the back of the lorry. You know, when we was all sitting with our rifles, I was always singing seemingly." I forgot about that. But no, it gives me joy. It brings hot. Some people hate the singing, and you can tell them in the crowd, out of 100, you spot the one that doesn't like you. And
Yeah.
But no, singing has done me wonders. It really has.
Yeah. And it's a joy to listen to also. I mean, when I hear people sing, I'm a singer, but I don't sing that much anymore. I don't sing at all. I'm classically trained, believe it or not. I was in Europe for 10 years. Yeah, classically trained soprano, tour soprano, lyric soprano. But I don't sing anymore. But I love listening to people like you singing just from the heart, right? It just is wonderful. Warms my heart up. Brings back memories.
All my family were singers.
Yep,
Even the sewing machine was a singer.
So was my mother's. So was my mother. I love your sense of humor, Peter.
Oh, you're the only one. You're the only one.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay. No, I promise you, I'm not going to sing. I can't sing anywhere near.
Why not, Stephen?
Certainly not.
At least dance.
No way.
Oh, no, let's do
He's got to do something.
Let's do this
Sing
way.
in
Please,
German.
please.
That's not going to happen.
You say the song.
I will,
Stephen, please,
I will
please,
say
let me talk. Just a little. You say the song, Peter sings, and you dance.
Okay.
That won't work either. I sat down. I back out of that. But basically, if my choice would be Led Zeppelin, In Excess, and Def Leppard.
Wow.
They have in common that they're all rock bands, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
British and Australian. And they're the basic soundtracks that I like. Now, all of this is the backdrop to I've been experimenting for the past 2 weeks with playing music live on air, and there are no copyright problems. So you are invited to join me on a Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern or a Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Bring along from your music collection 3 or 4 MP3s. We can play them live on the show as we chat. Now, you can either come individually or in groups, but the idea is to have a good time talking and listening to our favorite music. And as I say, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK on Mondays and on Fridays, and we start this Friday. So if you want to bring your MP3s, upload them to Google Drive, give me the link, I'll download them, put them on the playlist, and it's as easy as that.
Wow, I love that. I love that idea. I think that's wonderful. So it's 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right?
Correct.
5 p.m.
5
Okay.
p.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. in Belgium.
Yes.
What time
I have
UK?
5 p.m.
Here, look, John Upton, look. Does this mean that Peter's going to sing? He's always slagging me off.
John's all
Well,
right.
Peter, we'd love to hear you sing. We'd love to hear you sing, Peter. Go
Yeah.
for
You
it.
know,
I love your voice. You have a lovely voice.
I was singing during lockdown, but my kit broke up, you know, and it actually helped me, you know. And I used to have a man come into the pub. It was called the Sopranos, and downstairs I sang there. And a man used to come in every Friday night. I says, "Oh, here we go." and I sat down, and I said, well, it's near the end of the evening, we better get the handkerchiefs out for my friend. And I used to sing My Way
Oh,
at
yes.
the end of the night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that guy
That's
was howling. Quite a hard one. Because I don't know if you know this, My Way is the most sung song at funerals. My Way.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something else. There's a lot of facts about My Way. In Japan, some karaoke's banned it because the Japanese were so terrible at it. And someone was murdered because he sang My Way and murdered it. And that is all true stories about My Way. Because people do that. And so that's just some of the. And Frank Sinatra seemingly hated it. Did you know that?
No.
No.
Why didn't you hear about Stephen? Why don't you know Matt Monroe?
Shame on you, Stephen.
Sorry, Peter. It genuinely, it was your Scottish accent, because you said it clearly there. I didn't hear it properly before,
Yeah.
and just hoping I've not got rid of half of it.
Now, if we all tune in to Stephen's show, he's going to sing "Stairway to Heaven."
Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, that's another one.
Stephen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it works best. I hope we haven't been pulled off air. Somebody check.
Oh, why? Why? Because of Peter singing? Don't think
Not
so.
necessarily Peter. It
No?
could have been.
Copyrights.
Copyrights, yeah.
Another
Weird.
quick,
Johnny Cash.
quick story. I went to a church group, right? I says, oh, I'll go to this church group. I'll do a bit of Elvis gospel and things on. And they're all sitting there and they're looking at me. All people looking up now and, oh Lord my God, when I often wonder. And I did a few other things, and a woman
good.
came up and said, excuse me, Mr. Stewart, can you do anything lively? I said, like what? She says, oh, is this the way to end? How not to judge a crowd? It was so funny. The fossils, they were falling out.
I think Stephen froze on us.
He's hiding. He's doing his trick. So no, I'll tell you, doing gigs have been funny. I've had some laughs with it, you know.
Yeah. If you have a good sense of humor, Peter, that helps a lot.
Yes.
Good sense of
Sometimes I can say the wrong thing, you know.
Well, no kidding. I think we all can. Right? It's not just you. I think we all can.
I used to do a wait till Stephen comes out. I used to do a very rough nightclub in Aberdeen. And on the stage, one night I watched 6 fights going on at the same time. And I kid you not, one of them was a blind man with a white stick. And anybody that passed him, he just hit them.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear.
I should write a book about it. It was so funny, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
that was your entertainment, Peter. That's the
It was
entertainment. You don't need TV, right?
in this nightclub, it was very notorious for, well, ladies of the night and whatever, or loose women. And I used to be in the stage looking down, and I would see a guy drunk moving over to a woman, and I really wanted to shout over the man, no, she's been with everybody, stop.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Wonderful memories. Wonderful
miss it.
memories.
Stephen,
I'm
he's
sure.
still with us. He must be looking out something.
He's frozen.
Right.
His
Yes, he's
processor's frozen.
Oh, he's here.
Peter's
Yeah,
got
he's back.
He's
Oh, there.
back.
You're back. You're back.
I knew what he was up to.
right. Okay, both Peter and I are
Yes,
using
okay.
XSplit VCam for the backgrounds, and there is a feature in XSplit VCam where you can actually freeze yourself. So you can freeze yourself on screen while you're actually doing things in the background, and most of the time people don't notice. But today you did,
No,
and
I
well
noticed.
spotted.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
How do you do that? I have XSplit.
Mine's is on now.
Yep, Peter's frozen. If you look at your XSplit controls, Jim,
Yeah.
Yes.
to the right of your camera name at the top,
Mhm.
Logitech, whatever, there is a stop-start button, pause control, and it just says pause camera. If you don't see it, then you just need to update XSplit.
I'm looking at it. I don't see it. It's to the
Right,
right.
okay. Just a minute. We are live. I can actually share it. Just a minute.
Oh, good. Please.
Harper said his internet is down. I don't know if you read that or not. But
All right.
Harper said his internet is down.
Okay. Okay,
Now
Stephen.
now
I see
you've
it.
got
Yeah.
now you got two. There's the button there. Okay.
Where? Show me.
Where?
I don't
You've
see
got
your
Brio.
mouse.
You've got Brio, and then to the
Yeah.
right of Brio, there's a stop-start button. And if I press it, then
I
I'll
see
Yeah.
it.
stop.
Yeah.
I've-
Okay.
Pause
I've still got-
camera. Oh, like
Yeah, I've still-
this. Ho ho ho.
That's it.
Put it-
You've got
That's
it.
new.
You've got it.
It's
Neat.
very, very
Yeah.
handy, especially when you're on boring
Okay,
subjects.
now I'm
and you
back.
can hide.
Oh my gosh, good to know.
It's very good to know. To know.
Okay.
It would be even better if if it could record a GIF, like you were doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
that would be good. I mean, it's handy. The one thing that sort of when you're live, drinking's not so bad, but eating a cup of soup or something like that, you can just switch your camera off.
Yeah.
And you just do whatever you've got to do, and then switch it back on again. And especially when you're producing a show, when you've got things to do, like sharing this out to other places, you just freeze frame, do what you've got to do, then come back. So
Smart. Very
it
good.
works well.
That's
Very
wonderful.
handy.
You know, I'm on those cancer drugs, and I don't have cancer now, but I'm on preventative drugs. And and there are times I sniffle, and I hate to be doing this, and I can freeze frame it.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. You're back, Harper. Welcome. We missed you.
I am. Apparently, our somebody probably hit a pole or something. I was like, "What happened?"
No, can I just say with that, Stephen, showing you that freeze, it's very good. Look, I've got a coffee machine over there, and when I go into bigger places and I went to coffee, between the coffee going on and my, what do you call it, the background noise thing, crisp.
Yeah, Chris,
It does really well, but I usually turn off the microphone and that anyway and go over. So it really is a good bit of kit if you maybe to take a phone call or something, because if you're in a big group, it actually a lot of people don't notice.
Well, I really like Stephen because you're so up with technology. I've learned so much from you, Stephen, and you're keeping us up to date with things, right? So this is really good. Yeah.
I'm just inquisitive. If I
Yes.
see something, I want to know more about it, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed learning about music over the past couple of weeks and getting everything together. Because Chris mentioned yesterday, she didn't know about my secret project. She said it would be good if you could get 2 or 3 people on screen at the same time, talking about,
Yeah.
chatting
music.
generally, talking about music. And
Yes.
after some practice, it's more than possible. In fact, we did a show yesterday on OBS, myself, Corinda, and Ed. We all know Ed. Ed, and we were on OBS, three of us, broadcasting, and it just works so seamlessly. That was practice for Friday, so we know it all works, it all hangs together.
Excellent.
And I've actually got a piece of software which is a visualizer. Basically, the way I'm going to do it is we're going to have a chat, play 3 tunes, have a chat, play 3 tunes. That's the way. Obviously, when the tunes are playing, what you don't want to be, and I can use this button properly now. is you don't want to be sort of sat there waiting for the music to finish. So we can switch over to the visualizer, and it keeps with the beat of the track, and it gives some people something to look at. And the other thing is that, of course, we can actually talk in the background while the music's playing. People won't hear us.
Yes.
That's great.
I have a question, Stephen. Stephen,
Yes.
on the screen we're looking at now, the background is black.
Yep.
How do you make the background black with Restream? I have not been able to do that. I'm getting their stock pattern.
Right. Okay. If you go into graphics, then you can choose any background that you want.
I didn't know that. Okay, I've got that, and I don't want that.
So basically, you can pull up. I mean, there's a choice of about 20 backgrounds.
And that's in graphics.
That's in graphics, yeah, and you can choose whatever you like.
It's good.
Okay, so there we have it.
I like that.
I would rather have the black that he had earlier because it's less of a distraction for me and my guests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only thing
it forces you to focus on the guest rather
yes,
than
Harper, you're 100% right.
And you better get that colour up quick, or you'll be getting a knock on the door.
Well, the only technical problem is that you've got 20 odd graphics to choose from, but you don't know which one you've chosen. So you've actually got to match the one on the screen with the one in the settings, and then that's the one to hide, and you can come back to black. But yeah, so
just on about streaming and things. Stephen, have you heard of Restream?
Yes.
Restream. And I'll tell you who's got it right in Britain. There's a guy, he's not an old comedian, he's 68. He's a comedian, right? And he is British. All for the British flag, the Union flag, not the Union Jack, because a Union Jack is only on a ship. I don't know if you know that. The Royal Navy. Right, so the Union Jack is flown by the Royal Navy. The Union flag is flown by the British. So that's the difference. So I pay a subscription fee for him, right? Because I like his humour. And boy, has he got it right. So you get your link to say he's coming on at 7. You sit there and it comes on. It's away. The link goes to your email and it's taken it all away from YouTube, Facebook and everything. And it's bang on his platform. And he has got it right. He comes on for what he needs to do, finishes it. And like you said, Stephen, you'll look about his site and you can look at his old programs from the BBC he was on and everything. Everything's there, going right back to the 80s of him. And what you've always said, Stephen, instead of them looking at anything else on Facebook and that, all he can find is Jim Davidson. He's a patriot. And no, but he's done it really well.
Is something, Peter. I don't think everybody calls me a patriot. But let's put it this way: he's too blue for the BBC.
Yeah, he was one of the BB's highest paid stars at one time. Would you believe? Yeah.
No.
You played the Generation game. Have you heard of the Generation game? Live is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you. Bruce Forsyth used to do it.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. So Stephen, have you figured out how we can, like, let's say this show here can actually go live on our own websites? I mean, are you getting that kind of ready that we can learn from you? Because I'd love to be able to do all my shows that I do on Facebook and on YouTube go into my website. That's what I'd like to do, actually.
Thank you for the question. We're live on the website now.
Okay.
The website is Web Talks Live, WV Talks Live, all one word, .co.uk, and you'll find us there. You'll see us all live on the screen. and I'm going to do a series of blogs and videos about it, so that if you want to dip your toes in the water, you yeah,
Yes,
because
I'd like
as
to.
Peter said, it's the way to go. And I mean, Jim, you've got your videos are private, aren't they, on Vimeo?
Yeah, I do, and I've got on Vimeo. And what I've been doing recently is I've been creating Facebook groups, private Facebook groups that nobody can see but the people that are invited. They're secret groups. You can set that setting in Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a class for finance managers. I did a 5-week class, just concluded, and I can sell these classes, and the people are given the access to that room, plus the people that I invite to be on screen with me. And it's been quite financially rewarding. And now I'm starting a show very similar to the show we're doing right now with people in my industry. And I'm using Restream. And I'm sort of disappointed. I'm going to get Marco to help me with this eventually. I can't get approved on LinkedIn. I've been a paid member of LinkedIn since the early adapter. I was one of the first paid people back before Academy even. And I've applied for, to do video on LinkedIn and heard back from them.
It's one of life's great mysteries. I've applied 4 times, and I know people have applied several times. Talking to Irene about it this morning, she said the best advice, which comes from TubeBuddy, is not to share things to LinkedIn, but to actually upload the video.
That's
and
what I do.
the more videos you upload,
I would do that gladly, but I just can't communicate with them.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I'm hoping that something opens up, because Be Live can now go to LinkedIn. So hopefully,
Harper went to LinkedIn. I think Harper went to LinkedIn to complain.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
He lives in Arizona. They have a lot of alien reports now in Arizona. UFOs over his city. Maybe he's been abducted.
Anything's possible. Right now,
Jim, try to upload some videos on LinkedIn. I think it's the best way. And also, how many times did you apply?
3.
Okay.
I have 30,000. I have 30,000 friends and followers on LinkedIn. And
but they don't take this in account, because, for instance,
I pay them monthly since 2005.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of a joke here in Portugal, but because, for instance, when I was graduating at college, sometimes the exam went so well, and then we go check the grades, and we get a 10 in 20. And we say, what the hell? It was so good. And other times, oh my God, it was awful. We go check the grade 15. Oh my God. And we like to say this. Look, the teacher throws the examiners to the air. Those who fall in the table are approved. Those who fell in the floor, not approved. And I think it's how they choose persons to go on LinkedIn Live. It's kind of the same.
Sounds like U.S. elections.
because for instance, the most known expert here in Portugal about LinkedIn Live got LinkedIn Live, I think, almost 1 year after me, and he had an amazing. Look, when I was approved. Start laughing, Jim. Start laughing or crying. It's up to you. When I got approved on LinkedIn Live, I didn't have 1,000 connections.
Oh my! Wow! Luck of the draw, I guess. It's the luck of the draw.
I think that there's kind of a ratio, That, for instance, that's in Portugal, we have this free vacancy in this, and also it depends. I think it also depends the field you're working with. Okay, because, for instance, they may in this business we have this much, in this we have this much. I think it's kind of this quote ratios. I think it's good to share videos, upload videos on LinkedIn, and keep applying. I think it's also a good way to do things, and going live on other platforms so they can see what you're doing, how you're doing. This could help, but I've talked with many people which they started live streaming on LinkedIn. So it's kind of a mystery. Okay, it's kind of a mystery, and nobody knows.
I have a question, Stephen, because with Restream, you can stream to many other locations. Are there any that you find that you've gotten the most return or people? Oops, I'm gone here. Where am I gone?
You're still there.
Nobody's going.
Wait a second. You see me?
Marco's gone.
We can
We
hear
can't
you.
see you. No.
We don't
know,
see you, no.
I don't understand what happened. I'm still here. Oh,
Yeah, we can
Because
hear
now we
you.
have Dutchins.
yeah. Well, my question was, okay, without seeing me, but you can hear me, Stephen. With with Restream, you can stream to many other locations. Which one are you finding are the best for you to restream through? And I'm not talking about the big ones. We all know that, right?
We live in interesting times. Just a minute. I've got a noise in the background. I need to.
Weird,
I'm going to close that. All right, I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. Yeah, and Marco's back too.
Oh,
And
I'm back.
look there.
welcome back.
What a lovely cat.
Nice to see you again.
Only Marco would have a color coordinated cat.
Peter, just a minute. Let's go full screen.
Don't see that.
Can't see it. No, it's too white.
Well, that's us actually. I've just phoned. Hold on a minute. How's that?
That's
I
good.
can't
Put
see
it in
it.
front. Put it in front of you.
Put it in front of you. Top.
In front of you, yes.
There you are.
Okay.
Can't see anything.
Web Talks Live.
So that's
you.
Yeah.
You, yeah, that's you. Oh,
So
okay.
that's us on Stephen's website. But just think, remind me what you're using for that, Stephen, to take us there.
What am I actually? Right. In order to take us there, how do we get from here to there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Basically, Restream sends out a signal to a website called Switchboard, and Switchboard sends a signal to a website called OneStream. OneStream have got the player, and it appears on the web. And because it's very fast, then it just simply works so seamlessly. You can actually watch us live on the website. Now, in terms of cost, at the moment, the best way to do it is through a system called Caster.io, CASTR.io. And you can do it with Caster.io for $50 a month.
That's a lot.
Basically, this is a business proposition. We've got personal broadcasting, which we've been doing for years, but this is commercial broadcasting.
Okay.
And in terms of a marketing budget, $50 for a company is petty cash.
Yes.
So if you were doing it from a business perspective, this is the cheapest way to get people to your website. You don't need to advertise on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere. You just promote the link to your website and say, I'm going to be live 2 p.m. every day. Come and watch me. And by the way, you can read my blogs and you can visit my shop and you can buy things whilst you're listening to me. So rather than surfing Facebook, let's put it this way, every time we go on Facebook or YouTube, the people earning money, it's not us, it's Facebook and YouTube. Every time we go live on Facebook, Facebook earns money because people not only see us on screen, they also see the adverts down the side, and Facebook have got it right. They will click the advert. Facebook get paid by the advertiser. So every time we go live, we're making money for somebody, but not for us. If you can actually go live on your website, then rather than surfing Facebook or surfing YouTube, they will be surfing your website, reading your blogs, and you're visiting your shop. So $50 a month. Caster.io is the best way. Peter.
Right. So you know what I do? I put other people's presentations up and we talk about them. You know what I do.
Yeah.
Can we do that with this? This is for everybody to know.
Well, basically, you need a program which can actually go out to RTMP, and BeLive won't do it. StreamYard can do it. Restream can do it. Melon can do it. OBS can do it. So those are the systems you need. That's where you broadcast from, and you broadcast to Caster. Caster have got their own, video player.
Yeah.
They've got their own web video player, which you just embed on your site.
Okay.
So it takes a couple of minutes to set up, literally. And
Okay.
Would absolutely spend a lot of money with all these different sites. I have basically got down to BeLive and Restream.
Yeah.
The only complaint I've got Restream, it doesn't have a crawler across the bottom, and I love the crawler.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I have
another
a
thing I don't know if you've I ask them every week. What about chat? How can people chat to you? Is that still in the same position, Stephen?
Well, the chat is the chat. You can embed Facebook chat into your website, and if you're watching the website, then people can actually chat on there live. You can't feature the comments on the screen,
Right.
but you can respond to the comments.
But wait a minute, if they're watching you on the website,
Yeah.
how can they go to Facebook at the same time?
Well, they're not on Facebook. They're actually using Facebook comments. Facebook comments is a standalone application, which you don't have to be on. You have to be logged into Facebook, but you don't have to be on Facebook to use. And you can put it underneath your video, a little widget, and that little widget allows people to actually comment.
No, I love that.
Oh, you see, what an intelligent man. That's why staying friends with him.
No, thank you, Peter. Sorry.
It's
Him and his
amazing.
liberal ways, I'll put up with him. I want him.
So much to learn. So much to learn. But I
His
think
liberal ways.
I think in time it becomes easier, of course. But okay, but can you answer the question? I mean, I love what you're saying here, and I guess I have to wrap it around my head. So in other words, if you're going to be hosting, a show, you're going to say certain time every day, every week, excuse me, then you would have to send it out to your email list and on Facebook and YouTube, I guess. Is that how you would do it?
Yeah.
That's how you would do it? Okay.
I mean, the thing is that you basically, the easiest way to do it is to create a blog post. Create a blog post, embed this video in it or your video in it.
Okay.
And then send out a link to the blog post and say, this is where I'm going to be live. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you could do that, as you said, on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to go. You can actually tell people to come to the website. And the other thing, of course, is that once the broadcast is finished, this is the other thing. If you visit the webpage, you will see that at the top it's got we're live at the moment, but underneath that, if people go there when we're not live, they can watch replay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
That's an integral part.
One thing I'm having a lot of success with is my website is on Vimeo, my page what I'm making the money on, and what I'm doing is I will take and put the video on Vimeo. I download it off of Facebook, or I get the MP4. I put it on my Vimeo site first, so it's on my Vimeo site. Then I take the link to that video on Vimeo and put it on LinkedIn. And for some reason, LinkedIn allows it to be exported back to my site, and people that never saw my site go back to my site. Am I making good sense?
Yeah, so they can watch it live. Is that what you're saying, Jim?
Well, what I take and take the MP4 and put it on my Vimeo site,
Okay.
SicklerOnDemand.com.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I want people to go. Then I take that link as if it were a YouTube video. I just put it on LinkedIn, and it features the video. People click on it, and when they go to my Vimeo site, it's got a selection of 4 or 5 other videos they can watch, and they stay exported off of LinkedIn. Now they're on my site, and they're participating. I'm getting them to use my site.
Excellent. Well, I do that with YouTube. I mean, I post it on LinkedIn, and then they can go and watch. I mean, they can watch it right there, but it'll take them to my YouTube site. But Vimeo, is that a paid thing? Like, I don't really understand Vimeo very much.
Vimeo is several. You can go OTT, which is basically where people pay you a monthly subscription. I started out doing that. And then I found out I was in competition with everybody else. So I got sponsors and made my site free. We moved to Vimeo hosting, which is just basically the same format, which is very easy. I can operate it. I don't even need my web guy to make the changes. So I can operate very easily. I can download videos, upload. I can do all sorts of things. I can move things around. I have different categories. I've got sales manager training, salesperson training, finance manager training, dealer, principal, owner, interest articles. I've got all these different videos. I've got about, 300, 400, 500 videos on there now, and they're all 35, 40 minutes, an hour. And the sponsors are paying me $10,000 to be sponsoring this, and they get interviews with me, and those interviews go on as additional content. So I use the sponsors are paying me, but they're providing content as part of it.
I love that.
It's working out really well. I'm north of $300,000 right now since December.
You're doing really well. I have to get in touch with you, Jim. You've got a good system going.
Well, it's a whole package. It's not just the Vimeo. It's the package I'm giving them is the interviews. I mass mail out, and if you give me your email address, just send it to me on Facebook. I'll put you on my mailing list where you can start to see what I'm mailing to these people.
Okay,
because I'm emailing 5 or 6 of the video interviews, which is additional exposure for my sponsors. And we're picking up anywhere from 15 to 20 new subscribers a week. So I know that the additional subscribers are picking up off of the Vimeo, because that's where they're signing up. So these are brand new people to me, 15 to 20 a week hopping on, and I'm keeping them engaged. It's then I'm teaching the class at the university. I'm doing a class on how to be a general manager, and I picked up all those students. The students are, and these students are the children of auto dealers. Northwood University is the auto dealer university. It's a full 4-year college, and I'm teaching a class tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern every Thursday. I'm teaching a 1-hour class on how to be a general manager of a car dealership. Now, these are the heirs apparent of their companies. They will own their companies. And my gosh, I've picked up all this.
Excellent. Excellent. Well done.
So it's been really, it's a whole holistic approach to marketing. I'm not marketing any one way. And I got to thank Stephen Healy tremendously. I mean, I have known
he lights up.
I have known Stephen since 2006 or 7.
Oh my goodness!
It's never face to face. When I went to the UK, when I went to England, he didn't come. We had a party that 60 Brits came out and threw a party for me.
Oh.
When Debbie and I went to Great Britain, I had 100,000 friends and followers on Academy, which was the British precursor to Facebook. I had 100,000 people, mostly Brits, Europeans in general, and I had a huge following. And like I say, 60 people. Some of them traveled from Scotland and Ireland, and they came from everywhere. And we had a heck of a party. I did not get to meet Stephen, although Stephen and I were already friends on academy at the time. I was learning technology from Stephen. And I have two mentors that have helped me tremendously: Terry Brock and Stephen Healy. Terry Brock, and one time Grant Cardone and I were neck on neck in my industry. Grant and I would do seminars, and we were competing with each other heads up. And I know him quite well, and I'm not. I can't say we're friends. We're conversational associates. We have no animosity between Grant and I. Grant and I are conversational cohorts. And at one point, he left the car business and got into the real estate business, and we sort of parted paths. And but I was neck on neck with Grant for a long time, and then I decided not to chase the money as hard as he chased the money. I wanted to go a different route because I'm more into helping people in my industry right now.
Yeah. So he was so Grant Cardone. I understand that's not his real name. I mean, I think I saw a name, something Lewis or something. Is that correct, or is that his real name?
No, he started out in Lake Charles, Louisiana, as a car salesman. He was a car salesman in Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's where he started. He worked for Billy Navarre Chevrolet, one of my clients today, one of my best clients, and he was a pretty fair car salesperson. He was good. He never was a manager, and then he got involved with Scientology, and for some reason, he became very wealthy. He's a 10th degree Scientologist. So, and like I say, he and I talk very, very congenially. We're not enemies in any way. I don't have any envy for Grant, but he certainly has surpassed my income.
He's one of these people who you either love or don't love. And he divides opinions about basically the way he actually suggests that we go about things. So there we have it. And incredibly, yet again, we've been chatting away merrily for the last hour.
Wow.
Fun. Next week, we're at Marco's house. Marco, the show is yours.
Ooh. Okay, let's keep talking till next week.
We do anyways, right?
Very good idea.
I would like to sing us out.
Yes, please. Yes. Love to.
You ready?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We are ready. Come on, Peter. Start singing.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again. Hopefully next Wednesday
at 5 p.m.
Through. Oh, friends do. So see you next week.
Yeah, love it. Thank you, Peter.
Bye,
Bye everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Peter. Bye.
Next week.